Hello friends, this is Sandeep here. Yesterday we have talked about ratio analysis and how ratio analysis is important for all kind of investors. People who are interested in the company and the people who are interested to investing in the company. We have seen that there are actually different types of ratio analysis there through which investors or people can can measure the company. Yesterday we have talked about first kind of ratio analysis that is known as liquidity ratio. Today we are going to talk about second type of ratio analysis which is known as solvency ratios. What actually solvency ratios talk about? Through solvency ratio we can ascertain that in the long term, in the long run, can company survive? And if the company survive, can it able to match and meet its debt obligations? Through solvency ratios, we can get to know that company is in good position or in bad position to meet its debt and able to pay the debt on time. In solvency ratio, there are actually four different kind of ratios which are there to ascertain solvency of a company. First, and the most important is debt to equity ratio. As it signifies, debt to equity ratio we can measure by total long-term debt of the company divided by shareholders' fund or the outstanding share of the company. Through debt to equity ratio, we can ascertain that through equity if the company is able to meet its long-term debt or not. If the debt to equity ratio is in the higher side, we can say that there is a chances or possibility that company is not able to meet its debt or obligations. Whereas if it is in a lower side, less than one, we can say company is a very good company is a very good you know position to meet its debt obligations. Second one is debt ratio. We can measure debt ratio by dividing long-term debt divided by net asset. Through this ratio, we can ascertain that company is in a position to meet its debt obligation through its assets. Third one is equity ratio. Through equity ratio, we can measure if the company is able to fund its shareholders' capital through its asset or not. We can measure equity ratio by dividing shareholders fund divided by total assets. And the fourth one is interest coverage ratio. Through interest coverage ratio, we can ascertain if the company is in a position to make its interest, to pay the interest of its long-term debts or not. We can measure interest coverage ratio by dividing EBIT, that is earning before interest and taxes, divided by long-term assets. Sorry, interest on long-term assets. If it is on a higher side, we can say the company is in a very good position to meet its interest coverage ratio. Whereas if it is in lower side, we can say that company is having difficulties to pay interest on its debts. Therefore, my friends, by analyzing these ratios, we can ascertain the company's position to meet its long-term debts, and by doing that, we can say the company is in a good position to invest or not. Thank you, my friends. Thank you very much for listening to me. Tomorrow, I'll come with a new ratio analysis. Thank you very much.